Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Everybody, what is good with you? The A&B show. Brad, Atesh, Sean Valancourt. I am Brad. Sean, the dancing bear to my left, to your right. How are you?
I'm great, man. Can you believe it's been another week? Another football. We got football on Saturday. Saturday.
Yeah, it's a crazy time to be alive.
Man, World Cup happening. This is like I said earlier, it was a perfect trifecta of sports. It's just like the gift that keeps on giving.
The perfect trifecta of sports.
Yeah, because you got like football, hockey, and a little World Cup.
What about basketball and baseball and all the other sports?
They're happening. Yeah, basketball's happening as well. Basketball, man, I gotta be honest with you. I love basketball, but I didn't understand what the heck is going on with that Celtics-Lakers game. Like the point switches were just crazy. It's like defense is gone now in basketball.
Well,
seems like
definitely gone for that game. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll
Are you a
get
bit
it.
of a realist? You got your earrings in today? Look
Got
at
my
you.
little earrings. Yeah.
We should have show notes before this thing starts so we can start coordinating.
Man, oh man. So, we just got back from a Thursday night football game.
We did. We saw a terrible effort by the Seattle Seahawks.
Was it a terrible effort, though? I mean,
You were there.
I think Geno Smith is giving it all he can do.
Yeah. The defense played well. There's 2 plays. You take 2 plays away. The fumble and the double fake screen throw down the middle play that everyone learned in Pee Wee football. You take those 2 plays away, it's a different ballgame. But
I gotta be honest, I thought to myself, there's no way that Kittle should have been able to run like that freely into the end zone. Like, that was freely twice. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah. It was insane.
How much do you think that the Seahawks miss Jamal Adams at this point?
I don't think they missed Jamal Adams as much as they missed Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, but Bobby Wagner made a bad decision. They're going to the Rams.
The Seahawks made a bad decision in cutting him. So
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
it's about money. I wanted to move on, thinking that the leadership needed to change in the locker room. They wanted to wholesale off with change to Russell Wilson, and felt like there were some new things to go. I think they misjudged Bobby's value. So Ryan Neal's done a good job rolling out from covering for Jamal Adams. So
Yeah. I just look at that defense though and just feel so depleted, And that offensive line looks depleted as well as some injuries that's happened on that offensive line.
you're also starting 2 offensive tackles that are rookies, and I think that this is about the time you start to see the rookie wall happen. This is the most games they've played consecutively and all those things. And
I also think that
holding up.
this is the end of Geno Smith. I think you've done all you can with him.
There's plenty of bettors that bet the over for wins that are still very happy. So
yeah, absolutely.
you have to look at the season as a whole.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a successful season based on what we thought we were going to go going into it.
Oh, I agree.
And then that train wreck, that's a dumpster fire. It was like a train full of dumpsters that were already on fire, then like smashed into a gasoline facility that is the Denver Broncos.
One can argue that Russell Wilson is the ultimate 12th man. The ultimate 12th man.
You can argue that.
Yeah, the man goes over there. He takes all that money for Denver. So Denver now is stuck with him.
How much money?
$109 million still left on.
$250 million is what they committed.
Yes.
To Wilson.
109 guaranteed. I apologize. They're stuck with him. He goes out there. Denver gives up all these first-round draft picks, second-round draft picks. And, the worse that they do, the higher those picks are.
Yeah. And they're doing the worst.
Do you think him and Pete Carroll had a little sidebar conversation? It's like,
No, I don't think they did.
No?
No. They are not, they're not copacetic like that. We have learned.
I don't know.
This is how it is. And then, you Denver's in protecting their investment and benching a cleared Russell Wilson, but it's probably for his best interest. I don't think that, I think that Denver loves Russell more than Miami loves Tua. So we'll just say that.
I think Denver has no choice but to love Russell. 109 million reasons to love Russell.
Is that it's a bad marriage, but he can't leave because he owes too much in spousal support.
That's it. You can't kill him. Anyways.
Yikes. Well, that took a turn.
I'm sorry.
Well, after that shift, Sean and I are coming to you live from the Pacific Northwest, just north of Seattle, if you will. We'd love to cover all things, so find us on all your social media, subscribe, like, all those things, especially where you get your podcasts. We appreciate your support. It's been quite the journey so far. We're just kind of getting our traction back. We had Sean move cross country back to the better part of the United States, aside from the little brother of the United States. And here we are.
Man, it's been awesome. I mean, getting a chance to watch my hockey at an earlier time. I mean, who's not going to say no to that? It's like
West Coast is the best coast.
Oh man,
maybe dark at 4:00, but your favorite team's on.
That's exactly it. Hey,
no downside.
Speaking about hockey, have you seen Alexander Ovechkin reaching 800 goals?
I have not, but you've told me multiple times that it's important.
Do you want to know why it's important?
Yes. Please tell me, Sean.
So there's only 3 people to ever do this, to ever accomplish this feat. Only 3 players.
Is it Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, and Ovechkin?
So you have Wayne Gretzky's correct.
Was it Gordie Howe?
Gordie Howe was 801. And then it's...
Can we just argue my hockey history is better than my American history?
Oh, we can definitely agree upon that. Yeah. You're batting 60 there. Nevertheless, though, I mean...
60?
Yeah, you said Mario Lemieux.
I got 2 right. 2 out of 3 is not 60.
I think it is 60, man.
It's 66.66666666666.
Look at this guy. His math is better, though.
Something short of my 6.666666%.
If you have a look at this, though, 3 guys, one of them played until he was 50-something, right?
So is he like the Tom Brady of the NHL?
Gordie Howe?
Yeah,
Mr. Hockey, dude. I mean, nobody, even Wayne Gretzky calls him the best player to ever play the game. And the fact that Ovechkin's going to beat him eventually is something amazing.
Is Ovechkin going to play till he's 50?
Ovechkin is 38 right now. I think Ovechkin, realistically, we're looking at 42. He obliterates Gretzky's record. He's going to get 927 to 930, I think, by the end of...
Does that make him better than Gretzky?
Absolutely not. It makes him the best pure goal scorer, though, the game's ever played.
And what counts the most in hockey?
I mean, the whole thing, the whole gamut.
Goal scored?
I mean, goal scored is great, but look at how many cups does he have, even though the most goals scored?
Oh, now that matters.
You know, he has 1 cup. But he also revolutionized...
Doesn't everyone have 1 cup?
No.
How many cups do you need to play hockey?
Oh, my God. The thing is, though, is that you have a look at this guy. He revolutionized the way that the power play was done.
Who's he?
Alexander Ovechkin.
Okay.
When you have a look at the way that they utilized him, they put him down onto the defensive side, so he had that big booming slap shot in order to get his shot off to get those goals. Right now, you could actually go on, I believe, onto ESPN Plus, and I think on some of these hockey, if you're in Canada, I think TSN has it as well.
As long as all the local news channels, because it matters.
They have 15 minutes. 15 minutes of all of 800 Alexander Ovechkin goals. 15 minutes.
It's a lot of time.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, and it's something. This is the 3rd guy to ever do it. He's a Russian. I think after he won that Stanley Cup, people all of a sudden looked at him as like there's people right now saying, if you were to tell me that I'd be cheering for a Russian after Rocky IV, I call you a madman.
Are you cheering for him, or are you just respecting his accomplishment?
Oh, I'm cheering for him. I want him to break. Originally, I didn't want him to even touch it because it's just like, but he's there now. He's knocking on that door.
You are such a nationalist.
What?
Hey, you gotta tell everyone what everyone's nationality is. Who cares? He's the first Russian. He's the first foreigner, right? Is that what you're saying?
No. The first foreigner was Boyer Salmi to play the game.
I mean, to play 800 goals is where I was going.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, he's only a third guy to do it.
Well, for me, he's the second foreigner to do it.
Who's the first foreigner?
Wayne Gretzky.
Gretzky's a Canadian.
Exactly.
What do you think Gordie Howe was?
American.
He was Canadian.
His name was Gordie.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me Gordie Howe's not from Detroit?
No, he's from Saskatchewan.
Gordie Howe is from Michigan.
He's from Saskatchewan.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Mm-hmm. There's no Gordies in Canada.
This has been a very interesting season, though, because we're looking at Ovechkin rejuvenated, getting goals. We're looking at Mitch Marner continuing his point streak for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's just been unbelievable. I think, actually, it might have come to an end against the Rangers, but that is something ridiculous. They did lose that game to the Rangers. I did have a quick look at that there to see if he got the points or not.
That was 2 nights ago. See? Yeah. That's how much you care. There we are.
As a matter of fact, right now, I believe the Leafs and the Capitals are playing. So there's a chance for Ovechkin to break Gordie Howe's record.
Yeah, and he will. All of Detroit, Michigan will be sad tonight because their local hero Gordie Howe has been dethroned.
Man, I mean, it's been great. It's been great to watch the hockey. I can't believe the Kraken, though. Kraken, people are starting to get a little worried. They went on a little bit of a losing skid.
Yeah, there's a lot of games left.
There's still plenty of games left. I mean, honestly, you're going to lose some, right? And let's face it, I think we talked about it on this podcast. It's been talked about by a few other people that are experts. The Western Conference is difficult. It's a difficult place to play because the time zone differences in the areas where, like on the East, I mean, let's face it, we don't have to worry about the time zones. There's no team in Halifax. We're not moving an hour.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. It's good to go, right? But then you're dealing with like an hour or two.
Time zones are a straw man argument.
What do you mean?
It's not valid. No one cares. It's 3 hours. Figure it out. You can plan for it.
Oh my goodness. It's for real, man. I mean, you look at those goaltenders.
Yeah. I think the data shows you otherwise.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Listen, I love football as much as anybody else. Football's amazing. But let's face it, you're playing like 3-4 games in a week in the NHL.
Yeah. But baseball players do it. No one talks about time zones.
Baseball players are in their own divisions there that are pretty much like, I mean, let's face it, you have that West, and it's all West, right?
Except for when it's not, which
when
is
it's not, they have to travel.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like, you're talking about the AL
West. How many times
West.
are they going across? How many times? How many times are they going
Well, the AL West has teams in Houston and Dallas.
Okay. So that's an hour.
2 hours.
Is that 2 hours?
Yeah, but it's also north to south.
All right.
So
that's true.
It's a 6-hour flight to get there and then a 2-hour time difference.
Okay. All right, I'll give you that.
Straw man argument.
Oh, my
Moving on. How many points do you think the Buffalo Bills are going to win by the night?
Well, considering Tua has got a terrible record playing in cold, I said 2. 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
All right.
Although he's looking pretty good right now. I say that, he's just throwing that ball left, right, and center.
There's no wind in Buffalo and no snow, so.
But it's cold.
It's cold. It's definitely cold.
Oh, my God.
It'd be interesting to see. So, as we're talking now, we're still in the first half. A couple minutes left. It'll be interesting for me to see who handles hydration better as the game goes. Because it's an ongoing concern for the Miami Dolphins to monitor and kind of manage their hydration level. But I'd say it's not for Buffalo. So maybe we'll see if that comes into play. Because once you start adding layers of clothes and you don't think you're that cold and you're sweating more and, get a little more dehydrated than maybe normal. We'll see if it comes to play.
Man.
Speaking of coming out to play, did you see that the New Orleans Saints got fined a bunch of money for faking injuries?
How are these guys? What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, Cam Jordan in a game. It's got to be 2 weeks ago now. Cam Jordan fell down inside of maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and then was out for a play. And we see it happens all the time. Folks, it happens all the time. But apparently, he got up and celebrated too quickly because he got fined. The coaching staff got fined. The team got fined like $450,000. I think in total it was $500,000 because they have some kind of proof that they told him to go down, and he much like Mike Tyson opponent just folded. So
how in the world, like New Orleans, every now and then you just hear them like all the the whole targeting thing. Remember that one there with Sean Payton having to be banned for a year?
Yeah, then he let his defensive coordinator take the hit for it, remember? And then Rex Ryan's brother. Which really, if you think about it, Rex Ryan's brother, is it Rob Ryan? Rob Ryan.
Rob Ryan. Yeah.
Rob Ryan's the better looking Ryan brother.
He's got that long flowing hair.
Yeah, that's the big grizzly beard. It looks like a man's man.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, and Rex is just...
Rex tattoos Mark Sanchez jerseys on his arm. Gets his teeth done 2 shades too white. Anyway, I digress.
Oh my gosh. But speaking of Sean Payton, so you think he's coming back?
Yeah.
You think he's touching the Houston job?
No. I don't think he's doing that at all.
You don't think he's touching the Houston job? You think anybody's touching that Houston job? Or do you think Lovey takes it? Lovey Smith.
So, Lovey might stay there. I think that somebody's going to take that job because it's somebody's dream. I would be astonished if a established NFL coach took that job. I think that franchise is a train wreck from the ownership on down. It has been.
It's pretty bad.
It has been. I think that there's, a lot to say. This is even beyond, how they handled the Deshaun Watson fiasco. It's, it's the prisoners running the asylum stuff from, what's his ass? The owner there. I keep forgetting his name. I want to call him John McCain, but I know it's not right. But anyway. McNair.
Oh, McNair.
Yeah. I can't. He looks like him. Bob McNair looks like if John McCain fell in the water and died and then was in the water for like 5 days before they found him. That's what Bob McNair looks like.
Oh my gosh.
Any which way.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Somebody's going to end up coaching. I don't know. Maybe Lovey. Lovey just takes over. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, I think Sean will sit back and just kind of watch his, his options.
He'll have plenty. He'll have plenty of options.
Today we saw the Indianapolis Colts boat race the first half to 33-0.
How do you do that? That is ridiculous.
And then turn around and give it up. You got to fire Jeff Saturday, right? You have to.
Do you? He was just brought in for it. He's an interim, though.
Did you see him at the end of the game when he gave up a field goal chance to try to go for it on short yardage and failed, and then they went down and scored, and that took the game overtime? He could have won the damn game.
Wasn't he a center?
Yeah.
Why is the center coaching?
He was Peyton Manning's center, so
Yeah, but why is the center coaching?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. He should be the first. Steve Smith said earlier tonight. I agree with him.
What's that?
That Jeff Saturday should be the first interim coach in history to be fired.
That's terrible. Insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's setting
interim. He's setting that franchise back.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but firing him right now when you're just so close to the end, just let him finish it out. It's already a train wreck. You brought Matt Ryan, and what were you thinking? It's like they just go from old quarterback to old quarterback, and they think they're going to have a different thing. It's like, let's bring another old quarterback.
And they've made the playoffs that way with Phillip Rivers and some other guys.
And then they got slapped around.
Yeah, they brought Carson Wentz in, which
that was.
I would argue that the Carson Wentz move was more stupid than the Matt Ryan move.
Okay, I have to agree with you on that.
Ownership there is terrible. I think Sean Payton takes a look at what opens up this offseason.
Listen,
looks at the ownership groups and then takes a shot at what it is.
Andrew Luck, good for him. He knew I can't play this game, take the abuse, but he set that whole entire franchise back when he decided to retire in the prime of his career, arguably.
Well, yeah. So I respect his decision to do that.
I do too. I'm not disagreeing with him.
Well, I have a caveat. You don't do it in August when your team's a week away from opening the season.
It's a little hard.
That's where you want to retire and move on. Cool. Do it in April before the draft.
Man.
And I think Andrew Luck would tell you that was probably a poor choice. But
so I got one more question here about hockey. We just naturally moved on. We did not
naturally move on. I moved us on.
Yeah, you did. But so we were just talking about ownership, right? So Ottawa Senators, Eugene Melnyk died, so they're looking for a new owner. And I don't know if you saw, but one of the guys that have come up, he just needs some extra funding, is Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah. He's from Ottawa?
No, he's from Vancouver area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, British Columbia. But, he wants to keep that
How
franchise.
crazy is that a successful actor like Ryan Reynolds would still need funding to... Like, that's how much money there is.
Dude, there's 32 teams. This is like, it's
Yeah,
not, you
listen, I
can't
fully
walk
agree.
in there.
I'm just saying-
Like, how much you think it is to buy an NFL franchise?
I
It's
know-
gotta be in the
I know
billions,
it
right?
is. It's a couple
So
billion
it's just $100 millions for NHL team, you would have to imagine.
I'm just saying, like, the vast money, if you think about, like, actors are generally viewed
Dude,
as
don't
very
forget he made
successful.
Green Lantern. I mean, come on.
Okay, well, he has a very successful franchise in Deadpool. Deadpool's made
He's made 2 movies.
money.
2 movies.
He's been in a lot of money. Would you argue he's a successful actor? I mean,
He has 2 good Deadpool movies.
Okay.
What else is there? He was in the Blade. He was in the final Blade movie.
He was in the rom-com Just Friends. He was also...
Yeah, okay,
in
that is gold though. That Just Friends is gold. Yeah.
Okay.
What else?
I'm just,
No, that was gold. That was gold.
Yeah, he
He was in
Waiting.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, he made a mistake. We all make mistakes.
That's
I'm just
terrible.
I'm just saying he's a
He was in the
successful
School
actor.
of Life.
Would you argue he's not a successful actor?
Of course he is.
Is he a star? Is he worldwide recognized?
Absolutely he is.
Yes, and now the money that he has as an actor from a A-list actor in Hollywood is still not enough to buy shit. That's how not important it is. That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember where he got to start?
Yeah, L.A.
No. It was him, and it was... It was him, and it was Alanis Morissette.
Oh,
On-
was he in a video?
No, you can't do that in television. Yeah,
Oh,
with the
yeah, I
green
don't
slide.
know that.
Yeah.
Was that after Uncle Joey from Full House cut it out with Alanis Morissette?
No, he was actually way before that. Yeah, because they were dating then, and then they dated again. So, yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Alanis Morissette dated
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Man. Anyway, so I mean, I think he's an international star. He's great. He's fantastic.
He's only
But it
made 2 good movies, according to Sean.
2 blockbusters. You want to go with money making? Yeah, 2 money making movies. That's them. Yeah.
So what do they want for NHL franchises? I mean, the Phoenix Suns are up, and I think it's like $3.1 billion that they want.
Yeah,
for
but
them.
Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
The NBA team.
Yeah, but the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
The 6,000 home crowd a night Phoenix Suns.
Which is insane, right?
So your ROI and your
You're not talking about the Coyotes right now,
no,
because they're
I
5,000. They're
I wouldn't.
5,000 a night right now.
I bet they're not even that much.
No, they are. That's the max that they could hold in that.
Yeah,
arena.
I'm not talking. Phoenix can hold 12,000. They only
I see what
draw
you're saying.
6.
Look, here's what I don't understand. How
many
in the
fans
world
are going to Phoenix
I
Coyote
don't know.
games right now? you
barely
think?
anybody?
Who has a better attendance record right now off the top of your head? The Seattle Storm or the Phoenix Coyotes?
The Seattle Storm.
Think about that. Just think about that.
Seattle Storm. Dude, it's bad. It's bad. But they're gonna protect Arizona. Arizona's gonna be fine. Ottawa, the thing is that people want to see a team in Quebec City. They want to see a team back over there, But they're going to protect Arizona because they need to keep hockey in America. They need to keep it going.
Need to.
They need to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The game is growing at an
Maybe
exponential
you
rate.
shouldn't have ice hockey in the hottest state in America.
Look what happened, though. Austin Matthews came out of there.
One guy. One guy.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on from hockey. Let's move on from all that. Let's move on. Let's start talking about this Sunday.
Football Sunday.
Yeah, Football Sunday.
Fantasy football playoff Sunday.
Fantasy Football Playoff Sunday. But before all that,
Yeah. If you want to wake up early.
you can watch the World Cup.
Yeah. The World Cup final.
That's right. And it's France versus Argentina.
Yeah. Are we picking this game?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm just gonna pick.
Can I? Oh, well,
You can pick first.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
France. This is France's second time getting back there, so it'll be the first time since 1962 that you have a back-to-back World Cup champion if France wins. Okay, so you have a guy named Mbappe who has more goals on France.
The Hanson brother.
That's right, Mbappe. He has more goals in France than Lionel Messi, who's playing in I don't know how many World Cup. Yeah.
He has more World Cup goals.
Yes, World
Cup
goals.
Playing for France.
Playing for
not
France.
just more, because the game's not in France, right?
No, I'm talking about World Cup, participating in the World Cup. Not just international play, just World Cup goals.
Got it.
Okay? Lionel Messi, it's crazy how many World Cups he's played in, and he doesn't have that many goals of that.
Yeah.
This is going to be his first World Cup appearance as well.
World Cup final appearance. He's been in a lot of World Cups. Messi is 40? 38,
he's
40?
He's
and he probably started in World Cups when he was in his late teens.
Yeah.
Every 4 years. So rough math. This is probably his 5th or 6th World Cup.
Yeah, as far as participating. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Mbappe guy is
Mbappe. This is
like his second World Cup? All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking with grease.
Yeah. So who are you picking then?
I'm going with Mbappe.
You go with France to repeat?
I don't man, hold on. I just maybe. I like PSG.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just stay that way. That's how I'll pick it. Coin flip, I'll just go I'll go France. Yeah, it's like see a back-to-back champ every once in a while, then wait 4 years. World Cup's going to be in Seattle next time through. Yeah, France. I'll take France.
So I'm going to go with Argentina because I would like to see Lionel Messi finally win one. So, this is good. This is good. It worked out well.
Sean likes the old guys.
I do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Always pulling for the old guys.
Let's go. Man, this game's getting interesting. I don't know if I saw the score. Yeah. What do you mean about time? This has been, you know what? This is the best game, I say, out of all of it. That whole entire Cleveland, Baltimore fiasco was terrible. Yeah. That was terrible. Yeah. The first game.
Tell me this. How do you not pay Lamar Jackson after what you've seen the last 2 weeks?
Oh, that'd be silly.
You have to
you're in trouble. You're in trouble if you don't have Lamar Jackson.
I think Mark Andrews, the tight end for Baltimore, is probably regarded as the third best tight end in football. Right? Third or fourth. We got George Kittle, who's, in my opinion, the first. You can cross hairs and say Travis Kelce is in there too.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, absolutely.
But that's 1 and 2. Right? We can just leave that there. I think Mark Andrews is the third best. I'll hear arguments for otherwise, but for me personally, he's the third best tight end. And then you take away Lamar Jackson, all of a sudden he looks pedestrian. So that whole offense is just terrible. It just seems like Lamar's the leader.
It's anemic for sure. Their defense still look good, but I mean they're also playing. I guess a guy hasn't played. This is his third game he's played in Deshaun Watson, and he looks incredibly terrible.
Yeah. To the basketball game.
Yeah. Cool, we're going to the basketball game in a minute.
There's a basketball game.
Good job being a spoiler. Close the door. Thanks. That's what I deal with on a daily basis, kids. That's why we don't really record these things in the morning when my kids are asleep. See, it's the move. Sean and I actually are gonna go head off here in a little bit and go watch the Oak Harbor High School boys play some basketball. So
it'll be fun stuff. Fun stuff.
The X-Man Xavier Ochoa is a friend of ours, and he's a true freshman starting or not starting, I guess. He's playing a bunch of big minutes for the varsity, so starting by the season, I'm sure. Anyway,
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, playing Cedar Willie should be fun.
Man, well, I think it was a good point to end on with the World Cup.
Do you? You don't want to pick any? I mean, there's big playoff implications coming for football this week. You don't want to just get a little bit more there? You have anything else you want to say? No one-on-one questions? We're just going to be...
Well, I mean, we can always finish off with a one-on-one question.
See, folks, you wouldn't know that I took a nap on Saturday. I stayed out late last night. I went real heavy. I went down to Seattle, went to the Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle show, which was awesome, by the way. Stayed out too late. Stayed in a hotel with the missus. We had a great time. Got back. Took a little nap. By a little nap, I mean 2-hour nap on the couch. And I'm still sharper than Sean.
All right. One-on-one question. You have one for me.
What do you want to do? What are we talking about here? This is the way it goes.
Let's go.
Okay, I want.
I have one for you. I mean,
I'm sure
that's
you
what
do,
you
but I
want.
want to finish off this NFL.
All right.
Who's your dark horse in the AFC and the NFC to make the playoffs this year?
Dark horse?
Who's kind of like on the cusp of making it right now, and who's going to be the team that slides in that does some
NFC
damage?
dark horse is going to be Seattle. That's what I think. I think they're going to be able to slide in. I think one of those like Giants or Commanders are going to lose their.
Yeah, they're going to tie in tomorrow and become the first teams to have 2 ties.
So I think Seattle's my dark
It
horse.
is history.
I'm going to pick that. Yeah.
Okay.
AFC.
I'll agree with you on that one.
Yeah, AFC. My dark horse, man. It's going to be Baltimore because they got to play the rest of the season without Lamar.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, once the wild card starts, is
Yeah.
Lamar back?
Yeah. I hate myself for saying this, but it's Cleveland. Cleveland's the dark horse. in
You
the
really
NFC.
think so, eh?
The way they've been playing, just
They're
watching
4
them.
points. I think they're four back, if I'm not mistaken.
They're in it. They're not out. They've got to win out. They've got to have some things break right. I think if they get there, they're going to make some noise. That running game, running game matters. That defense,
Absolutely, yeah. The defense is
that
always
defense
been
is
good
stout.
in
I
Cleveland.
think you talk about cold weather playoffs when it matters. Cleveland Browns maybe get one win in the playoffs this year.
Dude, that was a really good answer.
Yeah. Well,
better than
again,
my Baltimore answer.
I took a nap, so
Yeah, you're pretty much on the ball. I should have drank all that wine. All right. We got this one-on-one question here.
Yeah, let's get
Let's get this. Let's
get there and lock it together.
Huh?
See
All
what's
right.
what.
All right. You have it to ask me, or you want me to ask you?
Oh, you said you were ready to go.
Oh,
so
I'm
let's
ready
get
to
there.
go. All right. So, if we were to look at in the NHL, who is number 1 and number 2 in points in the NHL
Right now?
right now? No, overall career.
Oh, yeah. Let's say Mario Lemieux
Coco, come here.
and the Detroit-born Gordie Howe.
Okay, you're incorrect.
Yeah.
Very
I figured-
bad. Very bad.
I figured I would be.
Yeah. So Wayne Gretzky's number 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then number 2 is Jaromir Jagr.
Oh, yeah. He's just suited up for his Russian team because they didn't have the players. I saw that. 52 years old. Had to suit up. Jaromir Jagr's doing better than Ryan Reynolds is apparently in real life because Jaromir could buy a franchise and Ryan Reynolds still needs business partners. So, checkmate.
Oh, man. You got a question for me?
I need a second now.
Well, what do you mean? It's like you are
I
going
gotta-
on.
I gotta
One
regroup.
question.
Yeah, because I was trying to get through football, and you're just like trying to get straight to the end. I was a little, wanted to enjoy my dinner a little bit, Sean, and you're just jumping straight to the check.
Check, please. Check.
Yeah, check. Date is going horrible. State is going horrible. Okay. This happened last night. I just need to know.
Yeah.
You stay out late, right? And you have an opportunity to walk a mile in the cold to the hotel. It's not cold, it's just crisp.
Okay.
Or you stand in a 20-minute Uber line to go back to the hotel.
Hell no, we're walking. I can build up a sweat.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Because you also, guess what you can do? Stop at the corner store and get some snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Made a big move.
And if it's early enough, you might be able to get some beer.
Well, it's always early enough.
All right.
This is a free country, Sean.
And on that note,
The show's in the barn. Unlike Sean Zipper. Till next time, kids, be good or be good at it.
right-o.